Welcome to PetXI Interactive, the home of GCSE revision on the go. In this maths burst, we will be looking at something called trial and improvement. This is worth big marks in the exam, but luckily you will always have your calculator available to help you out with the sums. You can use trial and improvement to help you when faced with a tricky equation, such as the equation x squared plus 2x equals 26 has a solution between 4 and 5. Now, if you start trying to use good old float and ping with this equation, unfortunately you won't get very far in reaching an answer. This method just does not work with an equation like this. So instead we use a different approach called trial and improvement. This works by trying out possible solutions and working your way towards the best answer. It's very useful to draw a table to track what you are doing. Sometimes you are given a template to use, but not always. So always keep an eye out in the question for the words use a trial and improvement method. Okay, so let's see how it works. You need 3 columns in your table to track things. The best value to try out first is in the middle of these 2 numbers. So in this case, 4.5. So let's write 4.5 in the table as our first trial. Now, we need to substitute this value in place of the x's in the equation. So first we are squaring it as the equation starts with x squared. 4.5 squared makes 20.25. Let's put this value into the second column. After that, we have plus 2x. So we need to multiply the 4.5 by 2. This makes 9, which we then need to add on to the 20.25. This gives us 29.25. Let's see how close this is to what we are trying to get to. We are trying to get to 26, but have actually got to 29.25. This is too big for what we are trying to get, so we record this in the third column. So, using 4.5 gives us something too big, so let's try something that is smaller, 4.4. Record this in column 1. Then, we square it to make 19.36. Multiplying the 4.4 by 2 gives 8.8, which we then add to the 19.36. This gives us an answer of 28.16. We are getting closer to the 26 we are trying to reach, but it is still too big. Record this in the third column and try something smaller. If we follow the same process with the 4.3, we end up with 27.09. It's still too big. If we follow the same process with the 4.2, we end up with 26.04. Ooh, really close now, but still too big. So let's try out 4.1. This gives us 25.01, which is smaller than the 26 we're trying to reach. Right, when we get to this stage where one value gives something too big and the other gives something too small, it would be very tempting to stop and say that 4.2 is the best value to use, as 26.04 is closer to the 26 we need. This is correct, and if you completed the table and gave your answer as 4.2, you would get 3/4 of the marks available. However, in order to get full marks, you need to do one more thing. You need to test out the value between 4.1 and 4.2. You may be thinking, why? Well, it's just to double check that your answer is correct and is needed to get all the marks on a question like this. So, between 4.1 and 4.2 is 4.15. Testing this out gives you an answer of 25.5225. This is too small and shows us that 4.2 is indeed the correct answer. Be careful not to give a value to 2 decimal places as your final answer, like 4.18 or 4.19, as the question specifically wants a solution to 1 decimal place. So there we have it. So, remember these points and you will be an equation solving maestro and will pick up big marks if this appears in your exam. Thanks for watching this Maths Burst and see you again soon on another instalment of PetXI Interactive Maths.